So we have, one of the key topics was around integrated collaboration as well. So this really provides, an overall view of what I guess the workplace, the architecture can look like, and what user services are ultimately that made up of that. So you see that we got on the left hand side the Cisco collaboration stack, how that integrates, or the purpose of that integrated into the M365 services, and ultimately that then stretches through into the workspace. So what we see and what we've moved to at Block is I introduced myself before as the workplace practice lead, is really being able to look at and not sit in silos of what the user experience is, but be able to take that end-to-end user experience across, what people interact with from a collaboration point of view on a day-to-day basis, whether that be voice, switchboard, contact center, whether that be the desktop application services, whether that be meetings and messaging, and how that then stretches out into SharePoint and workspace services such as device management, the virtual desktops, so making sure collaboration applications are ready and optimized for virtual desktops. And then further extending that across to the right hand side, you see the key integration points in there as well. So where we talk about intelligence, where we talk about innovation in the patient journey, and looking at that digital journey within the contact centers, we can look at them key integration points. So I guess them integration points will ultimately make up a webinar in its own right as we look at that patient journey. We'll obviously step through what that can mean and how that helps automate and provide contextual information. So across the bottom, we've got I guess main points. We've got the resilience. So as we spoke about, we'll focus on some of the resilient aspects of how to deliver them collaboration services. What that means, we've got the red phone services above and switchboard and voice. So how we deliver them resilient services from the cloud. Talk about integration. So that integration, like I said before, can be into them key business systems. It can be across them workspace services. So we don't leave people on, islands of collaboration technology. So whether that be different services that make up the voice portfolio, bringing that into a consolidated stack, or whether that be people using Microsoft Teams as an application and having a voice and soft phone services completely separate, leveraging services such as cross-launch, so that the Microsoft Teams application can be the central point that users navigate to, and that's the central point that people collaborate from, whether that be, like I said before, messaging, meeting, and then voice services that have been brought in from the Cisco environment to deliver that enterprise telephony functionality. Talk about a single platform. And, we see this as a key point. As we talk about management of the services and different management domains, what we've got a key focus on is bringing all of that together so that it can be delivered through a service portal, so that you can remove the complexities and that administration burden from what has been traditionally there from managing these services, and being able to leverage that and the standardization and automation that we spoke about before, so that if you are wanting to deliver day-to-day administration tasks, moves, adds and changes, new joiner requests, that can all be done through that service portal. And because you're running on a single platform that's integrated with the wider workplace services, that can all be done seamlessly across that environment. So really making it easy to manage and consistent and easy for people to use. And we talk about intelligence. So again, intelligence comes in different forms as you bring the collaboration services into the cloud. We spoke before about better data points and artificial intelligence. The data points can come from the services naturally themselves. So there's an overall, enhancements on the reporting capabilities within that environment, and that reporting capability from the collaboration services. So looking at simple things about device registration, calls that are being made, the quality of them calls and the quality of them services, which previously, there's a level of unknown in them services. You run it in traditional ways. There's a lot more data points within there. And as we look at them integrations and look at the integrations to key business systems, obviously that brings out that contextual information and brings it into the communication flows. I guess ultimately, if we step across that, so if we step across the resilience, we step across the integrated workplace, that single platform, the intelligence and integrations, we believe that if you do this right, and you set out the services in the right way, then it ultimately provides a platform for innovation. So really, you know, I guess what we do, what we see, and what we do a lot of reading about now, and the trends that are coming out, is really opening up, call it a digital toolbox, but opening up so that users themselves can leverage these services, look at how they automate. You know, there's key trends around low code and no code applications, but really opening up a platform that can support people to be innovative, can grow and can scale, and can work at, you know, can be work at, can grow at pace, and be agile. I guess if you want to move on to the next slide, Kevin, then we can start to drop down into some of the resilient services.
Yeah, no problem. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Just before I kind of move into the kind of technology and resiliency pieces, just back on this slide, just this is the foundation for everything we're looking at in the future. Yeah? So we've looked at this very, very high level kind of service components and what integrated collaboration architecture means. So I'll be taking that resiliency piece, as Shaun said. The rest of our series of webinars will cover each of those points along the bottom. But yeah, I think it's just important to call out, this is where we started. Yeah, we looked at each component, the workplace, the integration points, how Microsoft has had kind of an effect on the way collaboration's going. And everything we've done kind of follows on from this kind of diagram we put together right at the beginning of this process.